What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. This is episode number 69. We're starting today's stuff on the back of our escape victory over Watford, where at the moment we're not exactly playing our best. As we know, Kai Havertz now done for a couple of months, joining Thuram on the sidelines as well. That's Kefren Thuram, and our lead at the top, only 2 with 12 games to go. So first game of today's episode, diving straight into it. Sheffield United, Bramwell Lane. Right now the Blues are rocking and shaking at the top of the table. The Blades searching for a big win here at Bramwell Lane. Didn't start the game off well. 60 minutes in, needed Mendy to bail me out as we were still deadlocked at 0-0. But 28 minutes in, coming on the counter, you know we've got the pace. Christian Pulisic, who I've said needs to be the guy now to step up and deliver in the absence of Kai Havertz. Runs through, drills it in, and opens the scoring. Captain America, as we call him, does it again, and right now this guy is looking to be the main man in our front three. Tammy, of course, started off with that red hot form, 8 goals in 10. Then his goal to game ratio slowed down a little bit. Obviously on the left hand side, it would be either Pulisic or Hudson-Odoi, and Callum's goal to game ratio, as we know, is sublime. But for Pulisic, that's now 10 in 20, averaging 1 in every 2. When you think about the attacking firepower we've got, that's really impressive for him to be taking the reins right now as he is. Another goal for Pulisic in right now his best run of form of the season. And a few minutes later, as Mendy starts our attack from the back, as we do, Tammy rolled through one-on-one by Mason Mount, and his ears were burning. I said his goal to game ratio recently hasn't been the best. Back on the score sheet, still has that outside shot of winning the Golden Boot. So 2-0 Chelsea, and this is a great camera angle, by the way. I mentioned before, but for those of you that ask, how do you keep a career mode save realistic? How do you keep it immersive? How do you keep it enjoyable? One of my very small tips for you, and I've mentioned it a few times now, is that when you're playing away from home, take note before the game, like before kickoff. If you can't locate them in the intro animations, then press the pause button, and you'll be able to see like an overview of the stadium. Notice and take notice of where the away fans are housed, and when you score a goal, if you score a goal away from home, try your best to go and celebrate with them. It doesn't happen all the time, obviously, but a lot of times you will see away teams that get a goal go to their away fans, the away travellers, to go and celebrate with them. That's what I did for the 2 goals there. It just makes the save, in the game look a little bit more immersive, a little bit realistic. And after scoring our first 2 goals in the first half, other than the one chance the Blades got, I felt we were the better team. More clinical in going forward, and added our 3rd goal in the second half. Asenjo off the bench. Haven't used him that much this season. Most of the times coming off the bench, but he did in this game to get an assist, whipping a cross in, and there's Tammy to bag his brace and wrap it up. Final score at Bramwell Lane, Sheffield United 0, Chelsea 3. Thoroughly deserved a win, and a big victory there as we stay top of the table. No doubt about it, Manchester City are not going to let us go. 11 games remaining in the Premier League season, and I don't know how many more teams can stay in this title race. Liverpool, I'm not going to rule them out whatsoever, but right now, as we know, destiny is still in our own hands. If we win our remaining 11, we'll be crowned Premier League champions. Obviously, easier said than done, but we still have that lead at the top, even though it was, of course, 6, and now it's been cut to 2. Anyway, second game of today's episode. Massive one here. Newcastle United at Stamford Bridge. FA Cup, last 16, and heading into the game, pressure, big pressure as well. Haven't been at my best recently, no doubt about that. And we faced Newcastle last year in the FA Cup quarterfinals with Southampton and needed extra time to make it through against Eddie Howe's Magpies. So taking them on once again, this time in the last 16. And as we know, this season, asked to win the domestic double. Well, the EFL Cup went very early this season to Arsenal in the last 16. Now taking on the Magpies, go out here, and the board will be thinking, even with 11 games to go, even top of the table, do we pull the trigger and let him go now? Because this guy's not had the best of first seasons for our high expectations. Well, 17 minutes in, my palms were pretty sweaty. Not just on the touchline, but holding the controller as well. Because Sean Longstaff fired the Magpies in front after we hit the woodwork early. And the Visitors had the lead in West London. At this point, I was thinking, right, panic stations. We're down by a goal, and there's absolutely no doubt about it. Get knocked out of the last 16. That's where Chelsea were knocked out last season in the game as well. At home, at Stamford Bridge, to a side that we should be beating. Yep, no doubt about it. As my manager rating continues to drop, I don't know whether I'll survive to the end of the season if I go out here. So I had to get back on level terms, and I would. 33 minutes in, Dubravka with a little bit of a gaff there from the veteran goalkeeper who says he's going to retire at the end of the season in the game. Magpies fans thinking maybe hang the gloves up early, mate. Poor kick out, we win it straight back, and the shot by Mount wasn't the best either. It found the back of the net, it really shouldn't. Dubravka got nothing on it, but should have made a simple save. He did redeem himself though, 10 minutes after the restart, still tied at 1-1. Great stop there as he kept the Magpies level, but really here I've been the far better team during the game. I had the vast majority of chances. One of those games where I was thinking, how am I not in front? Well, 58 minutes in, I was, and Dubravka, oh my god, Dubravka sleeps in Chelsea pyjamas, I'm telling you. The first goal, awful kick out, and should have saved a tame effort from Mason Mount, but for this goal, there's no ambiguity. He takes 100% of the blame, catches the corner cleanly, and I baited him with Tammy Abraham, and I just about timed my run perfectly to make the interception with the trailing left leg, roll it across to Mason Mount, who gets his second of the game and puts us in front for the first time. You can call it cheap, no doubt about it, but my job's on the line in this game. I was going to pull out every trick in the book to try and get back in the game and in front for the first time, which I wouldn't. To be honest here, despite the mistakes from Dubravka and the big cock-ups too, I should have been home and dry, really. I mean, I dominated the game. I had chance after chance after chance, missed them all. And what's that old saying? If you don't take your chances, you will get punished. A lovely move from the visitors with 2.5 minutes of normal time to go. So Darwin Nunez ghost in unmarked as the former Benfica forward smacks it home to force extra time, and I could not believe it. Those reactions said it all. Mason Mount bagged the brace. I played some great football, yet despite that, for the second year in a row, facing Newcastle in the last stage of the FA Cup, the Magpies force extra time. So heading into the final 30 minutes, and this is the last thing we needed, we had Manchester United at the Bridge in a massive game at the top of the table on the weekend. I didn't need an extra 30 minutes. I shouldn't have needed an extra 30 minutes. But Tammy Abraham said to the fans, calm down, because we'll get it done in 30 minutes. Yeah, we're not going to spot kicks. We're going to make sure this job is done in extra time. Should have secured it in normal time, didn't, but right from kickoff in extra time, Tammy smacks it past Dubravka. Can't blame the veteran shot stopper for that one. Great finish, top corner. And thankfully after that we would hold on. Really cracking game, and it's always tough facing Eddie Howe's Magpies in the game, and as we know, they've done a tremendous job under Eddie Howe, you know, since the the January window really, and as we know, the takeover obviously helped a lot. No one's going to deny that, but really I think, as I said before, what's helped the Magpies the most is Eddie Howe's injection of energy into the team, no doubt about it. I mean, Newcastle have had a meteoric rise up the Premier League table, and they've, you know, gone from being relegation likelihood to well clear of the drop and safe, and you've got to give Eddie Howe a lot of credit for that. Tough game against him once again. We battle through. We're into the FA Cup quarter-final. Thank God for that. My job is safe for now, despite the manager rating still dropping, and in the last day of the FA Cup, Chelsea will be taking on. We got them in a moment's time, and we'll have them again soon after. Manchester United away at Old Trafford. You look at the teams remaining there, I was thinking, come on Oxford, come on Preston. No disrespect there, but instead, it is the Red Devils, and probably the toughest team we could have faced, or at least one of the toughest teams we could have faced. They're in 4th place right now. They're 11 points off us, with 11 games to go in the race for the title. But last season, they won the championship. They're going to try and get themselves back into the title race. And on the back of us having to play 120 minutes worth of football on Wednesday night, heading into this game, once again, I was feeling nervous. Manchester City breathing down our necks right behind us right now. Huge 6-pointer at Stamford Bridge, needed to get our 4th straight win in all competition. So taking on Ralph's Red Devils, still there in the game, of course. Taking them on here at Stamford Bridge in West London. 5 minutes in. Oh, he's back to his best. He had that red-hot start to the season, then fell away around December, January time. But now, Tammy's back to his best, no doubt about it, and you love to see it. The former Roma striker back at the bridge, drilling it in. 16th goal in 25. Still chasing Julian Alvarez for those curious for the race for the Golden Boot. But as Tammy drills it home, we take a very early lead in West London and a chance to make it 2. A few minutes later, And I should have done so as well. Christian Pulisic, man of the moment recently, going through one-on-one. What a save by David De Gea, deflecting it on to the crossbar. Stoke still leading by a goal, but an onslaught of early attacks from Chelsea in the opening stages. Really, I should have been 2 or 3 up. 30 minutes in, another goal opportunity missed. Dembele going through one-on-one, bending it wide as we still only led by a goal. And 33 minutes in, what's that saying? If you don't take your chances, you will get punished. Well, Mendy bails me out 33 minutes in. Victor Osimhen, who is so good in this game, denied by Edouard as we still led by a goal. Very action-packed first 35 minutes though. We've been the better team. The Red Devils showing they've still got the quality to get back in the game though. And from Mendy's kick out, we go through one-on-one. Reece James down the right-hand side, smacks it in and makes it 2. And what a swing that was. Red Devils so close to levelling it. Mendy with the bailout, passing out from the back, and Reece James, product of the Chelsea Academy, gets his first of the season. Wing backs are so crucial in this Chelsea system with the back 5. I need them to be good when going forward. Cucurella is really good on the left hand side. James not getting too many assists this season, but that's his first goal. Doubles our lead, makes it 2-0, and right before the break, in an absolutely huge game at the Bridge where Chelsea have been struggling a little bit at the top of the table, seeing their gap reduced significantly to just 2 points. Well, this man right now hasn't been struggling. Christian Pulisic with another, taking the reins as part of our front 3, gets our 3rd goal right before the break, and we're absolutely cruising, 3-0 up on the champions at the break. And if we are to be champions ourselves, these are the games we need to win and show we are far better. And in that game against Newcastle, well, Dubravka with 2 big cock-ups. I don't think this is going to really change the result, but I had to show you it. We got our 4th goal soon after the restart, but I didn't want to celebrate because it was embarrassing. I'm not sure Christian Pulisic is going to claim it, but goodness gracious me, the big cock-ups in today's episode. What on earth was this? Absolutely embarrassing. There's no one behind him. I could understand if there's a man behind. It's kind of awkward because you know if you don't make contact with the ball, someone's going to tap it over. There's no one behind him. He diverts the ball over the line, and by the time the ball had already crossed the line, he ends up just hoofing it to his own goal in frustration. It was already crossed the line. It was a goal regardless, but Chelsea 4, Manchester United 0, absolutely dominant at the Bridge, and whilst Fabio Vieira will grab a consolation goal, it's all it proved to be. Final score in West London. Chelsea 4, the champions 1. Huge victory at Stamford Bridge. We know this title might be separated by goal difference based on how tight it is right now, so wins like this count for not double, but more than just the 3 points. Does that make sense? Not really. You know that LeBron James quote, 2 points ain't 2 points, I'll explain later. 3 points ain't 3 points, I'll explain at the end of the season if it comes down to goal difference. Even so, big win there. We cut the goal difference to 2 now, and we remain 2 points clear of Man City. Only 6 clear of Liverpool though. I think it's become a 3-horse race now with 10 games to go. Not ruling out Leicester and Manchester United get back into it, but I think it's now going to be us, Liverpool and Manchester City in a 3-horse race for that Premier League title. But that will end today's episode of The Realistic Criminal, guys. Big thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And as it's a bank holiday today, I'm going to do a double upload. I'll see you for the next episode later on today.